Hey. Sorry to pull you aside like this, but I wanted to take a moment to congratulate you. Taking those steps to eradicate the Terramorph threat is essential to the safety of every living thing in the settled systems. You should be proud. Indeed. Leaving that problem unchecked could have made the situation go from bad to worse. Well, I'm relieved that the United Colonies agreed to use their genetically engineered microbe to exterminate the Terramorphs. Apparently, their decision was based on your recommendation. That was a smart choice you've made. A solid scientific decision. That's a wise decision. Besides, if Chief Engineer Kulkarni believes that the microbe will be effective, then we have to trust her experience. Good. I wouldn't want you to think it was some kind of mistake. Despite the Lazarus plant being simply locked away, your decision has made the settled systems a safer place to live for years to come. It's my pleasure. Well, I suppose I've taken up enough of your valuable time. Back to it.
It is a relief to know that the Terramorphs are being dealt with. I wanted to tell you that I think you made the right decision. The microbes will ensure this is not a problem for much longer. Yes, it sounds as though the microbes will be quite effective. Although, it may be taking a chance in a different way. Do you think there's a chance there could be unintended effects of using this untested microbe? Well, let us hope it does not come to that. And I must say, I find it curious that you would agree keeping the Lazarus plant around is a good idea. It seems an additional, unnecessary risk. I'm afraid I do not share your optimism. If it exists, there is a chance it will be used as a weapon again. At least the Freestar Collective will also know of its existence. Otherwise, I worry it would be too tempting for the UC to use as a weapon. Well, it is good to know that this particular threat is behind us, and you have done a service to all who live in the settled systems. If you are free soon, could we talk? So, we finally have all the answers. And yet here I stand, feeling like I understand even less than I did before. This talk of the unity of a multiverse? Dead friends appearing again? It is all simply too much. I do not see how any of this is cause for celebration. I know, but do we really understand? All we have to go on is the word of the Starborn, and the connection they claim to have to the artifacts. When we started this mission, we had no idea where it would lead, that we would lose people along the way. If we had known, would we still have been so keen to get here? Even if everything the Starborn have said is true, if you pass into this unity and come out in some other universe, look at who they are, at what they have become. They have the faces and voices of people you know, but are nothing like them. Are you not at all worried that the same fate would befall you? That you would become someone unrecognizable to the rest of us? Yes, I know. I can see it in your eyes. For your sake, I will try not to imagine the worst. Focus on the positives instead. But you must understand that I do not find this easy. We should get back to it. Now that we know what to work towards, there's no time to waste.
Got a moment? Let's catch up. A while ago, you helped me out when I was captured by the Crimson Fleet, and I just wanted to say thanks for having my back. Well, it left a lasting impression on me, I suppose. So many things can go wrong out there. Working with people you can trust is important. That's why I've been in Constellation so long. It's good to have people who will help out when you're in a jam. Just wait till we get matching shirts and start having official cookie days. They're one of humanity's greatest achievements. Modern medicine, space travel, and cookies. Constellation is quite pro-cookie. Because, you see, we value human accomplishments. Speaking of which, Captain, I cannot even begin to fathom what Constellation would be like without you. Just figured I'd mention it, since we haven't had much time to chat before. You know, being a member of Constellation has given me a lot of opportunities, and a fair bit of stress, I'll admit. It's hard to imagine just who I'd be had I never joined up. I would have never done so many things, met so many people. It's mind-boggling how different I would be. And I never would have met Irvin. Or lost him, I suppose. Statistically, that's certainly accurate, but it's not that much of a comfort. Irvin's been gone for over 20 years. Strange how memories can pop up when you least expect it. Oh, I've been giving myself nothing but space and time for years. But maybe it's time for me to really think about it. Well, maybe I'll take you up on that offer later on, Captain. I need some time to think about things. On that note, I think I'd do well to distract myself with a little adventure for a bit.
Those supplies were sorely needed. Thanks again for getting them to me. Please state the nature of your medical emergency. Additional data is always welcome. Appreciate it. Yes, absolutely. And I'm not going to lie, it's nice to not have to scrounge every last one of my own credits to pay for that stuff. Oh, and don't worry about future shipments. Ever since you connected the dots between myself and Abby, she's been reaching out. She's organized regular supply runs between Voli Alpha and the clinic using some private contractors to avoid any further interference. It's nice to finally have time to concentrate on the more important things around here, like keeping people healthy and on their feet.
People joke, say those Varun zealots portions.
The astral language. Not really my cup of tea.
And accessories.
I'll follow you.
You're interrupting
Feel the
me.
life and happiness
time
draining
accounted
from my
for?
body already.
I doubt that. I check my schedule regularly, and this conversation was not on the budget. If time is money, then suffice to say Ms. Serrano would not be pleased with such a frivolous expenditure. You may have a point. And since you clearly have bandwidth to spare, maybe you can help me clean up a, minor indiscretion. Good. Let me give you some background. Recently, I've been assisting the impoverished in both Ebbside and the Underbelly. I pay for the occasional meal, clinic visit, or comfort. But I may have lost a slate in the process. I need you to locate and retrieve it for me. Pre-assignment intel for one of our operatives. The contents themselves aren't too sensitive, so if you're thinking of betraying me, they aren't worth much as leverage. My sloppiness is simply an embarrassment that I'd like to correct. Then we have an agreement. Good. Go to the Underbelly and talk to the panhandler, Huang. Discarded items are her specialty, so she may have come across the slate herself. If you can manage to find it, bring it back to me, and I will pay you for the time. Until next time.
I would have loved to hang around here as a kid. Now I realize how dangerous that can be.
You're in the Vanguard, right?
The Emporium. Neon's premier center of all things. Each of our baristas undergoes enhanced training. You. Yeah, you. You're really cool.
Too bad I can't squeeze any more.
Ain't no funny stuff with that boost pack. Light traffic as it is.
Here's where the magic happens. And by magic, I mean creating Aurora out of fish guts, I guess.
You got any spare creds? I can always take them off your hands. Hey, Chief, you got any creds you can spare? Thank you kindly. You're a class bass, you know that? I'll do my best to someday pay you back. Street's honor. This isn't a donation, it's an investment. Wow, you really did me a solid, Chief. I've got no words. Oh, I totally did. Found it in the dumpster right next to a half-eaten chunk. And it was perfect timing, really. You see, the other day, the wind got a nasty cough and blew away all of my business spreadsheets. But that won't happen with this slate. It's like wind resistant. That would mean I don't have to start over. All right, deal. I lost them near the employee break area. Look for any papers near the ground, the tables, maybe even the roof. You find all 3 spreadsheets, and I'll give you the slate. Chief. Hey, it's my favorite customer. Got any more creds to spare? Wow, that's real class of you, Chief. A+ stuff. Now I can get my books sorted, executive style. As promised, your slate. Tell your techie friend I didn't peek inside. And even if I did, I don't know what half of it says anyway.
Well, there you go. Business as usual.
Are you ready to feel?
People like that, aren't you the one I saw running away from that?
That's right. Play it.
Imagine and you keep moving. My work's classified.
There's always work to be done. Pace yourself, but make it a fast one. Well done. It seems assigning you to this task was time well spent. And as I said when we met, time is money. Hopefully these credits will serve as adequate compensation. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an operative to debrief.
Not sure if those balloons have it.
Our starlight technician.
And now, a word from one of our sponsors. Think you've got what it takes to tackle this?
Something I can do for you, love. Again. Look, you can tell Mr. Okaribo that I'm doing everything I can. Blood from a stone, if you'll pardon the expression. Oh. I'm afraid I've stepped right into it again. Damn. You aren't here about Mr. Okaribo's debt to Kelkor. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Let me start over. My name's Clover McKenna, but you can call me Chloe. Sorry for me outburst. That's kind of you. This mess with Mr. Okadibo over at the Neon Mining League has really thrown me off my game. If only you knew. Mr. Okadibo owes a substantial debt to Keltkor. I've given him more than enough time to try and come up with the money, but my father's patience is running out. Frankly, I don't know how much longer I can stall. We're a tech company that primarily specializes in mining operations. We handle everything from individual standalone units to fully engineered outpost systems. Basically, if it's made of rock, our gear chews it. Might not be as glamorous as some of the other corps in this building, but it pays the bills. Niall? Oh, he's the CEO of Kelp Corp. The whole blessed thing. If you asked him, he'd claim he started the company with next to nothing and built it into a megacorp in under 30 years. Truth is, he tends to forget the multi-million credit trust he tapped into as a crutch. But that's my father for you. You'd be willing to help out. That's awfully kind of you. No, you've got it all wrong. Saburo, Mr. Okadigbo, he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, especially in this city. He really needs help, but he's too proud to accept any money from me. Maybe he'd listen to someone like you? It's a substantial amount of credits. I couldn't allow you to do that. Just talk to him. Get him to accept my help. And I'll do the rest. If you can get his debt off my conscience, I'd be grateful. It's been on my mind so much I've been keeping a diary. And don't worry about payment. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. McKenna always keeps that promise. When he opened the shop, he outfitted it with equipment from our company. Spent a bundle of cash he didn't have. Obviously, business hasn't been going well, because he's fallen way behind on his payments. Opening a mining business on a world almost entirely covered in ocean probably wasn't the most savvy of business plans. I suppose he intended to cater to travelers that were passing through our system. But it's clearly backfired. A poor man. Tough city. You watch yourself out there.
If you'll excuse me, I have a deadline to meet.
I'm glad I ended up at Kelp. Miss McKenna treats her employees like family.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet is everywhere.
Never look in the mirror and wish you could see. Another version. And with the crime rating of only 16%, you're really
Decided in the moron.
See? I told you. Look at this place. Ridiculous, right?
Take it easy.
Why would someone open a mining supplies business on an ocean planet?
I haven't seen the leaks in a
Exactly.
while.
I can't believe this place is still open. I give it a few more months before this loser packs it in.
Ah, don't be such a jerk. We should look around and see if there's something we can buy.
Yeah, sure. You want to waste your credits? You go right ahead. A mining business on an
A lot
ocean
of
world.
merchants in Neon are having
Brilliant.
Welcome. Welcome, my friend. It's been a long time since I've seen a new face. The first time I'd laid eyes on this building, I felt the same way. You see, when I opened this shop, I had grand ambitions of creating a mining supply empire on Volai. Yet here I am, only a few years later, pockets empty, and my business on the verge of closure. It is a sad day. That would be a blessing, my friend, but I wouldn't want to impose. You would do that for a total stranger? Bless you, my friend. Bless you. I've come up with an idea. that I'm hoping will generate a lot of interest in my business, and you were the final element that was missing. If you could bring these flyers to some of the other vendors in Neon, it would explain how we can improve our businesses as a group. I would be at Neon's mercy, living in a sleep crate and walking the streets, I'm sure. But with your help, perhaps I can avoid such a fate? Wonderful. Simply wonderful. You have no idea the weight you have lifted from my shoulders. I appreciate your help. If there's anything I can do, anything at all, please, let me know. Oh, she did. Miss McKenna is very kind, but I cannot accept. It is my responsibility to pay the loan. If I cannot, then what happens, happens. Really? Let me take a look. Oh, I did not know she felt this way. She is always so professional. I thought she did not like me. That is why I have sent proxies to negotiate my debt. And I like her. Oh, that came out wrong. What I meant to say was, I respect her business acumen. Look at me. My palms are sweating. Regardless, you have done me a service, and for that, I thank you. You can tell Miss McKenna, I mean Chloe, that I accept her offer. I really appreciate what you are doing for me, friend.
Hey there.
Ever run into spacers? Scumbags.
Lovely. Welcome to Keltcore. That's fantastic. I was worried he'd take it the wrong way, so I'm glad you were able to convince him. I'll arrange for the funds to be transferred immediately. Hopefully Father will forgive the late fees. And if he doesn't, I can always reimburse them when he retires. In any case, thank you, and here for your efforts.